Dear all, I wanted to make a video that captures the essence of the document that I've uploaded to Talon for you to review, which has to do with the answers you submitted to your Dropbox, all the various tasks you had to do with critical thinking. I'm testing Zoom right now to see if this will record and if I can go over some of the highlights for you so that for those of you who like audio input in addition to written input, this will be an option. By the way, sad face, I have been in quarantine. I have been sick and possibly with COVID. My husband has been very sick and sustaining a fever for 8 days now or something and a serious headache. So it's been very difficult, but I've been trying to keep up with grading and give you feedback and comments and answer your emails. So I'm trying my best, even though I don't feel so great. But what I wanted to point out in the document, and I'm going to look at my phone a bit as I do this. I don't know where my eyes will land. But I wanted to thank you for doing the assignment. I want to thank you for doing all assignments. Like, I'm so thrilled when people actually do the work. It's like, yay, thank you. And then I wanted to point out that in the Google document that I'm attaching to the announcement, I do go over the box statement. A box must have at least 4 sides. And I go deep with it. And I don't want any of you to freak out like, oh no, I don't think this way. Like, uh-oh, how can I take this course? Don't worry about that. It's just showing you different ways to think. It's showing you how to expand your brain skills and how to think about a simple statement like a box must have at least 4 sides and turn it inside out. And you look at that Google Doc and I do that. I turn it inside out. Let's see, do we get into deep physics in that one? Oh, that's the bench one, but we're always going deep. And it's a skill that we practice. It's like learning a foreign language in some sense. So you do have to practice doing it. Let's see, the other one with plastic dishes. That one seems a little easier. Opinion. I did throw a little wrench in there because it could be a false fact. We think about that. And then the bench one was a riot for me to go through all the possibilities because, for instance, I conclude at the end that if we go with physics, there's an infinite amount of particles between every 2 objects. So within my finger space here, there's an infinite amount of space and particles, so that perhaps my fingers are not even really touching each other because of all the particles in the way that prevent them from actually touching each other. And it could be that no one can actually sit on a bench. We don't know what sitting means, and we might not be able to make contact with objects because of deep physics. So that one's kind of fun. And then I moved on to the movie statement. Fairly easy. You can read what I said there. But it's important because a lot of you, it's okay, we're practicing, but a lot of you didn't fill in as much as you could have. You'll see what to do from there. And then we went to the Trump statements, and those were a riot because I know people like love Trump, hate Trump, and some of you really don't care. So it's all over the place. But whenever we say something about a president or anyone, we have to be very specific, okay, talk. And so I encourage you to do that in both, whether it was the Trump is good, your example, the Trump is bad, your example. There should be very specific examples as to why you think that or why one could think that, since you were encouraged to have an open mind and just be objective and maybe say things that you don't even believe in the sentence, but just fill it out accordingly. All right, what was next? Well, then we went to the Jeopardy game. And this is all in the Google Doc. And I put silly pictures. I put a video of scanners in there from a movie. Read the document. To me, it's hilarious. But I find this stuff so fun. So the last thing was the Jeopardy game. There are a lot of squares there. There's no way I'm going over all of them. But the biggest tip I had for people was, again, to be very specific. So for instance, just saying that to have empathy, people have to get along and understand each other. You want to give an example of when is a good time to do that. And religion, politics, Black Lives Matters, police brutality, Should we even call it police brutality? I mean, there are so many issues. Parenting techniques, how your friend treats you, social media behaviors. There's like a zillion, gazillion examples you could use to apply those learning models to. And then I wanted to lastly, one last thing here, point out that the one about Joe smokes weed and his roommate doesn't like it, and Sally takes her kid to church on Sunday. With those, I think all of you came up with a conclusion. You said it's either ego-based or it's not ego-based. The trick there, and I wasn't trying to be tricky, I'm just trying to illustrate that we don't have enough information in either of those statements to reach a conclusion. And that's a big skill to learn, that when you don't have enough information, you have to ask more questions, you have to research more, and you cannot reach conclusions until you have gathered your data. So we don't know what Sally's intentions are with the church thing. We don't know the relationship between Joe and his roommate in California and the weed smoking thing. So we simply can't say whether it's ego-based or not. And I think that was the big takeaway from that one. So this is really about expanding our minds and looking way beyond our first assumptions and how we think, like a box. Everyone thinks, oh, square, rectangular, cardboard box. Nah, that's not, that's your first thought of a box, but keep going. There's lots of different things that could be a box. Maybe we don't even know what a box is. But we have to keep thinking. And this was all warm up and practice for you to take these skills and then put them into your future assignments so that you get the hang of being very specific and learning how to look at things from different point of views and bringing in breadth and depth and precision and clarity and logic and accuracy and all the 9 standards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And you'll get the hang of it. And I think, excuse me, could I get through this without a cough? Of course not. I think you'll do well. So please don't be intimidated by this first assignment, and always hit me up for help. I love to hear from you. And it's even better when I get to see you. So I will be seeing you soon, those of you with whom I have a face-to-face class, and those of you who are online, maybe I'll see you on Zoom or something. And everyone take care, and take care. Really do take care of yourselves. Okay, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.